Okay, we're live and we're recording. We will start with a pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Everybody, to our January 21st, 2021 board meeting. Can I get a motion to approve the village board meeting minutes from January 7th, 2021?
Moved.
Andy, Shep, any changes, any questions? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. Hold on, we got people trying to get in. Chuck McAuliffe. All right. We have no citizen comment. If anybody is watching on Facebook and does have a question, you can put a note underneath that Facebook viewing and we will try to answer it if it's something we can handle tonight. Otherwise, we'll get back to you tomorrow. So feel free to send us a comment. We'll go to trustees' comments. We'll start with Bruce.
I'll stick to the agenda.
Andy?
I'll stay with the agenda. Thank you.
Ruth Seco?
I'll stick to the agenda. Thank you.
Megan?
The agenda is fine.
Mark Wilder?
Well, I'll be the oddball and request an addition to the agenda for the purposes of an executive session to update the board on a contract issue. And I promise I won't talk too long.
Okay, that'll be item B under new business.
30 minutes or less.
Funny man. Thanks, Mark. Shep?
I'll stick with our lengthy agenda.
Okay. I just have a couple things. Got a notification today that yes, indeed, the block grants will exist again this year. I've asked Bruce to lead the public works to come up with, just to remind everybody, we come up with a 5-year plan. The one that we submitted this year was accepted. That was upgrading the recreational equipment at Community Park, basically playground stuff. So now we have 4 items left that we had on there. We can add a 5th. You may want to move them around, take a look and see what you think. You understand that there are income issues. It can only be on the Van Buren side of the river and then only part of Van Buren. The senior center, Community Park, we did get crossing aid, not this time, but the last time around, we put up lights at some of the crosswalks to make them safer. So this is a chance to take a look and see if there's anything out there that you think we need in the community. Maybe there's something on that list of 4 remaining items that you want to move to the top and push that. So you have a little bit of time. I don't know the deadline. I forgot to look. It's usually
March.
Yeah, I was going to say not too awful long from now. It's not like we got to the end of the summer or something. So I did see a thing from NICOM sort of upgrading the governor's budget stuff to make it more understandable for us as villages. One of the things included in it was that the 20% that they withheld from us, particularly with our CHIPS money, we were 20% short on what we submitted because the state wanted to make sure they had enough money to pay bills if they ran into trouble. Well, apparently they feel comfortable enough with what they have and what they think they're going to get in the new stimulus package next month that they're going to give us all but 5% of what they kept back. I don't know, I have to check with Anna. The CHIPS money would be the #1 thing that would be affected for us. I'll have to see if there was anything else where we got shorted so that we can make sure that we can keep track. The We said that money would be paid back to us by March 31st. So it will not be in this year's budget, although it might come early enough where Anna can make an amendment to the budget and have it be in this year's where it should be. Also, again, for Public Works to think about, and Chuck, except Chuck's not right with us, there is $500 million allocated for drinking water and wastewater infrastructure upgrades. And that includes water quality protection. So if there's, in our efforts to upgrade all of our water stuff, if there's something that would fall under that category, it would be worth us checking that out. I would be willing to ask Steve to take a look at the plan and see if there looks like there's anything that would include Baldwinsville, you know, the type of thing that we're looking to do. But I thought it was interesting that there is some money available.
Mark had proposed monitoring wells around the Canton Street property in the past. Maybe that would be something we could do.
I'm all for it.
We have 3 in, but we could use, actually, we have 2 in, and you generally need 3 to be, to do anything with the data. So there might be a little bit of an addition we could put in, and a couple of spots we could monitor just to, it's for wellhead protection.
Okay. Let me see if I can find out anything where there's written, you know, explanation of everything that would be included and available and who's eligible and how we go about it. And I'll get it to you guys to take a look at and see. And we can converse with Steve and see what he thinks. Because he's been willing to help us. And Ken Bush, our county legislator, sent me an email that the legislature had a think session. Some people might think was a good idea, but they were asked to think big. If money was suddenly available, what do you think of around the county that maybe we could, you know, spend some money on that would be worthwhile? So he told me that what he suggested was that Baldwinsville could use a parking garage. That was his think big. So I told him, thanks for thinking about us. Now we got 3 people wanting to enter. Chuck and Chuck. Chuck just keeps away.
Anna is trying also.
Okay. Chuck, are you there?
Light rail instead.
All right, I just thought I'd let you know so that you know that people think about us outside of the village and think about where you'd want to put a parking garage if that ever came to be a reality.
Behind Village Hall.
Yeah.
It could go straight up.
I don't think the bank would like us blocking their drive-through.
Wow.
Would the county retain ownership so down the road we're not stuck with a
crumbling edifice?
Yeah, those parking garages in Syracuse were like,
Yeah. The other thing I was going to mention is a week from Saturday would have been the big chill plunge into the river, which they're not doing this year, but groups are doing other things. This past weekend, I know that Shelley Hoffman had a group at her house, and every time somebody you know, said that they would give them $25 towards the big chill, then they all got sprayed with hoses, different parts of her yard. They were all spread out, and somebody came out with a hose and everybody got sprayed. This is a big supporter of some of our different organizations here in the village. I know that Shelley's group was for the volunteer center. There's other organizations that get supported by these groups that run into the river every year, and they are doing things to try to raise money. I would just say to people out there who normally would have contributed to the big chill or anything like that, that you might want to think about trying to make a contribution, because organizations still need the money that they got from all these events. They just don't have as much of it coming in. I know the Rotary was involved in the big chill, and I know the Rotary has a big backpack program for food for disadvantaged kids, so they have food over the weekend. And now it's, I guess, so they have food all the time when they're home. Think about some of those organizations that were supported before and that haven't been able to do fundraising. And, I'm not telling you anybody's got to do it, but I just would suggest that try to think about it that way. Yep, we lost Chuck again. And that's all I have. We'll go by departments now. We'll start out with our attorney, Bob.
I'll stick with the agenda.
Okay, and then we'll go to our code office, Greg.
Just the agenda.
Okay. Village clerk, Mo.
I'm going to stick to the agenda, but Anna did want me to pass on to, I know she sent an email earlier today with the December financials. If you would just ignore them, there has been a few errors that she needs to correct.
Oh, okay, good.
So just ignore them. And that's it.
And this is what I do.
Well, fine.
Now I got scrap paper. Thanks, Anna. And thanks, Mo. Go to Ruth Troy, Senior Center.
Just a couple things. The Upstate Hospital mammography van is going to be visiting the center on February 11th. You do need to make an appointment if you want to use that service. The number for that is 315-464-2582. So give them a call if you'd like to take advantage of that service. Also, we've been getting a lot of calls from folks trying to secure appointments for the vaccine. Also, lots of questions. So the village clerk and both town clerks have posted links to sites to help folks out that we requested they do that. And also for those seniors who are not comfortable or don't have access to a computer, New York State has a hotline number. So I want to make that available. That's 1-833-697-4829. That's information, assistance with eligibility and appointments. So for the folks that don't have internet, there's a number that might be of some help too. And that's it, unless anybody has any questions.
People still carrying on virtual classes and that type of stuff?
We're doing the art group via Zoom, the Down Memory Lane that you host, and our book club is on Zoom. And we're also participating in some meetings that way as well. I met this week with other center directors in the county for a Zoom meeting just to sort of touch base and see where everybody's at and what's going on. So that's where we're at. The lunch is still going on. And also the Food Sense program just happened this week as well. So there 35 folks took advantage of that food co-op program, and that's a monthly thing. So, okay.
And there's always, people can call you with questions for any kind of help, right?
Yep.
Good. Very good. And we'll move on to DPW. Chuck? Oh, he's gone again. Hopefully he'll be back. We'll move on to Chief Leffencheck.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes?
I know a couple of things Chuck mentioned at the DPW meeting that we had before this, just that the DPW has been through the village 4 times to pick up Christmas trees. Mm-hmm. They'll do it again if people have them. So it's not over. They'll keep an eye out if you have one. And there also was a comment about basketball hoops being those portable ones being too close to the roads in cases. And so people need to move those out of the road so the snowplows don't wipe them out. And if he comes back in later, he can add anything else.
Okay. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate that. Chief, anything from police?
No report, Mayor, but I would ask if we could add on to Trustee Wilder's executive session so I could brief the board on a legal matter involving a FOIL request that Attorney Baldwin and I are involved with.
Okay. Okay. All right, that will make that item B and C will be 2 executive sessions. All right, thank you, Michael. Anybody have anything else before we go to executive session? What we'll do is I'll shut down the live part and the recording part, and then we'll just people that need to be here stay on. If you don't need to be here, you're free to go. All right. And
well, don't we have one agenda item?
Yeah.
Oh, I skipped right over that. Almost.
We noticed.
Wow. I'm writing all over the agenda and I missed that item. Under new business, can I get a motion to declare 2 10-year-old computers with monitors from Canton Woods Senior Center as surplus?
Moved.
Second.
Ruth and Megan, any questions? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. Thank you, Shep. Say, people think you're not paying attention. Look at you. Jump right on that.
I got the baby tonight, so it's tough to pay attention, but I'm doing my best.
Here comes Chuck, hopefully. See if he has anything else to mention before we get out of, leave him stranded. Come on, Chuck. So our next meeting will be February 4th. And at that time, we can expect WEP to come and talk to us about the county sewer situation. Here comes Chuck. Hi, Chuck.
Yep, made it.
All right, we skipped over you, hoping you were going to still come back. So it's your turn to talk.
Okay, I did hear Mark say something about the basketball hoops, and one of our big concerns with that is the way they hang over the road. If the plow hits that just right, that'll go through the windshield of the truck. So if they could do something about that, that'd be great. You did mention the Christmas trees, Canton Woods. We got I don't know if Ruth said anything about our wall. We ended up getting that wall up this week. That's looking great over there. We got a bunch of painting done over there. I did meet with the state DOT again over the signs that they put on the sidewalks all through the 4 corners. Our sidewalk plow could not get through. They did move. They did come out and move a bunch of them, which was great. It's still tight getting through there, but we were able to do that. Other than that, it's wintertime. We're doing some snow plowing, moving a little bit of mulch, and nothing else unless there's questions.
Anybody have a question for Chuck? Look at that, Chuck.
Perfect.
You nailed it all.
Oh, sorry about the computer troubles here.
That's all right.
Clearly beyond me.
We all have our issues from time to time. All right. Well, so can I get a motion to adjourn to executive session for contract update and for personnel issues? Mark makes a motion. Ruth Seco seconds. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? We will adjourn into executive session. All those who don't need to come can say good night. Good night, everybody.
Good night.